So I want to start this out with a quick quote. We're at the 250th birthday of our nation, and I feel like this is pretty fitting for the topic I'd like to address. So Benjamin Franklin once said that those who give up essential liberty to purchase a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. What I'm here to address tonight is the flock camera systems all around our county. There are approximately 27 of them at every ingress, every point into and out of this county. I understand, once again, temporary safety, right? He addressed that. We're looking over things. The majority of this county, we know how they voted, right? We all live here. We all live here for a reason. But with that being said, we know how this county voted. We know the views of this county. In the future, all the data that is stored and taken from those cameras in excess to just the license plates could be used for people who get upset at school meetings, at school board meetings over books, over things. Now, I know we don't typically have those problems in this county, right? But we could. And then all of a sudden, people are going to get very upset about that. Next thing you know, you guys aren't going to do it, but the federal government starts coming down. They start asking questions. According to the contract from Flock, in Section 4, they can use any of the data for any purpose at Flock's sole discretion. That's Flock making the decisions, not this county. They can use all of the data, all of our license plate numbers, and it doesn't just take license plate numbers. It looks at features on your car. It looks as easy, if you have a roof rack, it looks at each, if you have a ladder rack on top, it will identify the different ladders on the top of your vehicle. It can identify your vehicle like a fingerprint with decals and so on and so forth. In Section 8, if any of this data ever leaks, which by the way, just recently there were 60 cameras that were found just broadcasting open to the internet that you could go watch yourself and track whoever you'd like to. So anybody that has a protective order or anything like that, they were at risk because somebody could log in, watch those cameras, see when they're going to work, see when they're coming home. In the military, you establish patterns of life before you do, as you're doing any sort of reconnaissance, before you do any sort of actions, right? All you're doing with this open data is giving somebody those patterns of life. It's a threat to our community. It's not the safety that we think it is. It's not the crime prevention tool we think it is. It is tyranny being put in place right now while we're okay with it for it to just be turned on us later. It is a threat to this community. I do not think it's proper. For the next couple of weeks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to every single one of those cameras. I'm going to conduct an inspection. I've learned the state statutes. I'm going to look and make sure that they are crash safe. I'm going to make sure that all of those things are properly done to those cameras. And if they are not, I will be further pursuing in order to make this as difficult as possible so that those cameras have to continue to move, so that things have to keep happening.
Mr. Gurr, that's your time.
I appreciate you.
I'd like to add some comments if you don't.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You said you got the contract, right?
Yes, sir, I do.
The full contract?
I have portions of it pulled up right now just for speaking purposes.
So you may be interested to know that that never came before this board?
Yes, sir.
There's no
DOJ fund, I'm guessing it's a project just like many other things in the county where they funded it for us in order to help us with safety.
I'm sure they did, but my point is I don't like them either. I stand with you on that. I don't like them. If it's up to me, they go away tonight. Okay? Yes, I'm saying that we didn't approve that, so I just want to make sure that you know that we're not the ones who put that in place.
Understood.
And you know, it's outside of my wheelhouse. But I don't particularly like them either.
Well, with you being the elected officials of the county, there's got to be somewhere we can apply pressure, regardless of who stepped over you.
No, sir. You know, there's different elected officials that have different roles, and I stay in my lane, and they stay in their lane.
Well, we should talk with them. And what I'll also add is that if any of that data leaks, the maximum that anybody in this room can get from their data being exposed, potential hazards and liabilities to them, is $100 per that contract.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, the BOCC and the sheriff are separate constitutional offices, but the BOCC approves the sheriff's budget. It is reasonable for a citizen to ask their elected representatives to negotiate on their behalf.